You thought you were ready to watch Nebraska football, but really what you were was ready to be heard again. I'm doing this one from the bathroom because that's where shit belongs. And this game was shit. Nebraska gave up two double-digit leads in this game. Two. Remember last year watching the Iowa game and they blocked that punt? And everybody in the entire fucking universe knew that game was over and we were going to lose. And then we are 2 scores ahead. We have all the momentum in the world. And we do an onside kick against a team that we know wins by rock fighting. And the key to that is making them rock fight their way all the way down the fucking field, not giving them a short field. I cried during this game. You know why? Northwestern ran the ball how many times in a row at the end? That's what we want to do to other people, and they did it to us. They didn't even bother throwing the ball at the end of the game because they knew that we were done. And you know when a team is done because you can feel them. You can feel it on the field. You can feel the lack of energy. You can feel the lack of will to win. And they just kept running the ball. And if that wasn't the most fucking insulting thing to you as a Nebraska fan, I don't know what to tell you. If you're still a Scott Frost apologist after this shit, I'd really like to see your reasons why. Because he needs to be fired right fucking now. He needs to not even be allowed to get on the fucking plane back from Ireland. In fact, our state attorney general needs to file fraud charges against him so that when he comes back to the state, he immediately gets to go to jail and doesn't get to collect his giant fucking payout for being a complete incompetent waste of our time. You know, there were some nice things. It looked like a great game to start, didn't it? Casey Thompson made some incredible plays. He was accurate, and things just slowly decayed because that's what happens when you're in a rock fight with Northwestern. You have to have a tough mentality to stay in a game like that. And that is one thing that you can look back and you can point to all the mistakes that Scott Frost's teams have done over the years. But one thing that's been consistent throughout his entire reign has been a team that has a weak mentality. Now, when things start going against them, they just start crumbling. And you didn't see the defense rise up and stop Northwestern at the end until there was almost no time left. You know, the thing is where do we go from here? We got 2 games against fluff opponents. So we're probably going to get 2 victories out of them, or not. Who can tell? And then we get Oklahoma. And then we get 2 other teams that we should beat, Rutgers and Indiana. I don't know why you would waste more time with a coach who is clearly cannot win games. He loves Nebraska, or he's a Nebraska son, or he's a native Nebraska. You need to throw that shit out the window. It needs to be gone. We need to just stop that completely and look at this and say, who are we going to hire and who are we going to have as a coach that's going to win football games? Right now, I would love to see Mark Whipple take over this team and just see what happens. Not Mickey Joseph. He's never been a head coach. You really don't know what you're getting there. I know most people want Mickey Joseph to do that. He got an associate head coach title because that got him to come to Nebraska. It's not an indication that he's capable of being a head coach. The Northwestern, you know, we gave up like I don't know if it was a career day for Ryan Holinsky, but it probably was because we heard about all the pressure that we were going to put on quarterbacks. Did you see any pressure on the quarterback? No? Wow. Guess that was bullshit. We heard about the great running game. You know, every once in a while, because of Anthony Grant, we could pick up yardage when we need it, but mostly no. Our zone plays were just shit. We saw the same from the offensive line as we did last year. We saw a quarterback running for his life. We saw some really nice plays. I mean, the whole Casey Thompson scramble for 12 seconds and throw it to Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. And keep in mind, ICG Garcia Castaneda didn't give up on that play either. So it was a beautiful play by him too. But again, you saw the mentality of the team just fall apart down the stretch. The defense lost this game by being dominated. Where'd they get dominated? The defensive line, where we didn't go out and get players during this offseason. We got a couple, but we didn't get the 238 skill players that we got at the receiver, the running back, and the quarterback's position because, I guess, whatever, you need lines to win in the Big Ten, and we just going to make it up with what we had. No. So, does Scott Frost need to be fired? Yeah, he does, before he even gets on the fucking plane. If he had any balls at all, he'd just resign. I'm really anxious to hear what you guys have to say about this game. I don't know why you'd watch this team the rest of the season, because it was really just shit football after a while. The whole onside kick thing. You're up by 2 scores. You have all the momentum in the world, and you do that. And it's just mind-boggling. And I don't think that my heart and my head can take another year of watching us lose. It was as if he had a bingo card and said, well, we've never lost because I fucked up on an onside kick. And then we do. So there you go. Northwestern wins. Nebraska loses. We had all gobs. God, I hope you people that went to Ireland for this, I hope you had a good time, and I hope it was a memorable trip other than the football. That's it. I really mean this when I say this time. There is no hope. Fuck everything. Go Big Red.